is Adelaide's FIVEAA.
Showers increasing this afternoon with the 3 o'clock news. I'm Michaela Kamarek. Japan's former Prime Minister Shinzo Abe has collapsed after being shot during a campaign speech in western Japan. Local media reports he was rushed to hospital in heart failure and is showing no vital signs. The shooter was arrested a short time later. CNN's Susan Classer says it's incredibly rare shootings happen in Japan.
You can't overstate how rare this kind of gun violence and political violence is in Japan. Foreign correspondents I know who've worked in Japan say they can recall never having covered a shooting.
Foreign Minister Penny Wong says she'll have an open discussion when she meets her Chinese counterpart tonight. This will be the first time a senior Chinese government official has engaged with an Australian minister since 2019. The meeting will take place on the sidelines of an international summit in Bali. Senator Wong says it's important to get the relationship with China back on track.
We believe engagement is necessary to stabilise the relationship. The approach of the Australian government will always be centred on Australia's national interests. That is how we will approach this meeting. That is how we approach all of our international engagement.
There's growing pressure on British Prime Minister Boris Johnson to resign immediately. He'll stay on for up to 2 months until a successor is appointed. Former Cabinet Minister Andrew Mitchell says there needs to be fresh leadership.
We need to have a leader who is unsullied by the mistakes, particularly in the tone of the government as well as some of its actions. It needs to be someone clearly with experience.
2 primary school-aged girls have been arrested and charged with assaulting a woman in the city. It's alleged the 10 and 11-year-old attacked the 24-year-old from behind as she walked along North Terrace last night in front of the Adelaide railway station. She was punched, kicked and pulled to the ground. After a brief police chase, the girls were caught and charged with aggravated assault and defray. The victim didn't require medical treatment. A man will face court today after police allegedly discovered a stolen ute and bobcat at his Beachport property. The ute was reported stolen from Bordertown on Tuesday. The bobcat was stolen nearly 2 years ago. Investigations are continuing into other property found at the address. The 55-year-old Beachport man was arrested and charged with 2 counts of theft and 1 count of unlawful possession. A series of new race routes have been announced for next year's Tour Down Under. The 2023 event will kick off with a 5.5k time trial around the Adelaide riverbank and will finish atop Mount Lofty on Sunday the 22nd of January. Tourism Minister Zoe Bettison hopes it will encourage more riders and tourists to come to SA.
It brought more than 45,000 interstate and international visitors last time, injecting 66.4 million into the economy, the equivalent of 750 full-time jobs almost, who worked on the event.
Now tuning to 5AA Sport. Port Adelaide have made a late change ahead of tomorrow night's game against GWS at Adelaide Oval. Defender Tom Cleary replaces Trent McKenzie, who has a virus and wasn't able to train today. Round 17 continues tonight. Sydney play the Western Bulldogs at the SCG. Nick Kyrgios will find out his opponent for the Wimbledon final tonight when Novak Djokovic and Cam Norrie go head-to-head. Craig Gabriel reports from London.
Nick Kyrgios has been gifted a direct passage into the final after Rafa Nadal withdrew because of an abdominal injury made worse during his quarter-final match. The last time Nadal won a Wimbledon semi was 2011. Meanwhile, Novak Djokovic and Cam Norrie square off for the second time. Djokovic was overwhelming on that occasion, but the situation is so different this time. It's on grass, outdoors and with a crowd that'll be screaming for Norrie.
And the second test between Australia and Sri Lanka is underway in Galle. Australia won the toss and elected to bat. They're currently 1 for 45. Now checking 5AA traffic.
At Beverley, we've got emergency sewer works on Port Road near Ledger Road. In the Parklands, Rundle Road is closed between East Terrace and Kettleville Terrace for the Illuminate Festival. Campbelltown, you'll find gas main replacement works there, Newton Road and Montague Road. And we're busy at the moment, Kings Road, Cross Keys Road to Amsterdam Crescent. Cameras on the drive home, Blacktop Road, One Tree Hill and Cavan Road at Dry Creek. Feeling hungry? Head into OTR now and grab 2 sausage rolls for only $5. Available for a limited time only. OTR. making life easy. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
Now the 5AA forecast.
Safe, connected communities under an hour from the city. Consider a Vine change. Visit barossavillage.org.
Showers increasing this afternoon. Possible showers tomorrow 15, Sunday partly cloudy 15 and Monday showers 13. Right now it's 14 degrees. Now let's hear what's happening on 9 News Tonight.
Chaos at Adelaide Airport. How to avoid the mayhem if you're travelling these school holidays. A former world leader shot in public. Why you're waiting longer to see a GP as SA heads towards a wave of winter illness. Nick Kyrgios enjoys a free pass to the Wimbledon final. Plus of fatty foods damaging our brains. I'm Brenton Braglis. See the full story on 9 News tonight at 6.
Leith Forest, talking Adelaide on 1395 5AA.
Great to have your company. It's Friday afternoon, 7 minutes after 3. Weekend is upon us and officially all the kids are now on school holidays. So the public school's out today, private's last week. Of course, you can, why you would want to, I'm not sure. You can get onto our live stream, Facebook, 5AA Facebook or our 5AA YouTube. And thank you to Brooklyn who does the cameras for us. She's very liberal in the amount of sort of airtime that I get, which I enjoy. Because it's more about the people that we get in, and we thought we'd have a little bit of fun because now parents and grandparents, kids are officially on holidays and they're thinking to themselves, what are we going to do with the kids? What can we do in Adelaide that's fun, that's affordable, that everyone will enjoy? And so we thought, you know what, let's get someone in who's doing something in the school holidays that if you are a grandparent, you've got the kids and you're thinking, what am I going to do? Here's what you're going to do. Part of the July school holidays at the much-loved Capri Theatre, Goodwood Road, they have live shows and films. So you can see films like Minions, Rise of Gru, and also Lightyears. But before that, so you get the movie, which is great. But before that, you get to see a show called Silly Science with Simon. Simon is here today on the live stream, Facebook and YouTube, to show us some science experiments. Simon, welcome. Thanks for coming in.
Thanks, Leith. Thanks for having me.
Let's, before we sort of, now again, we'll try and make this work as well as we can for radio so those who aren't able to see what you're up to, but those who want to tune in can do so via the Facebook or the YouTube. Let's to walk back a little bit. How did you get involved in this? You've got merch, which I love.
Yep.
You're doing these shows. So this coming Friday and the next Friday, you'll be doing shows at the Capri. How did this come about?
That's right. So, 1 week from today, I'll be doing my first shows. I've got a contact at the Capri. They mentioned to the manager over there that they know someone who does fun science videos for kids on YouTube. Yep. And they might be interested in doing a few shows. So they reached out to me. We kind of discussed maybe doing a full 1 hour show. But we just thought for this first one, let's go 20 minutes.
Short, sharp, shiny.
That's right. Make it free. Yep.
You do have a YouTube channel that grandparents and parents can log on to and show their kids. What is that?
Silly Science with Simon.
All right.
Yep.
Are you a science nerd from way back, like coming through school and university, something you're always interested in?
Yeah, absolutely. So definitely going through primary school, even high school, there'd always be a science experiment happening on the weekend in the kitchen or outside.
Yeah.
Depending on, I guess the level of danger involved and the level of fire involved. So, going through primary school, high school, always interested in science, took that to university, studied chemistry, mathematics, and did my honours in computational chemistry.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you're a smart cookie. Is there danger involved? I must admit, we were a little nervous when you came in and you were setting up stuff, and Tammy and I looked at each other and we looked around and we saw a lot of fire alarms and thought, just please don't blow the studio up.
I promise I will not do that.
There was a little pause there, which made me even more nervous. What's your favourite science experiment to do? I mean, I remember as a kid doing science at school, and if we didn't light something up or have something explode or something smell or whatever the case, that's the beauty of science. It's educational, but it's fun.
Yeah, probably one of my favourite experiments to do was one that I did in a very early video, the classic vinegar and bicarb soda volcano. But I thought I'd try something a little bit different, and I got a pop top and opened it up, put some vinegar inside it, a little bit of detergent, and then I filled the lid with bicarb soda, put the lid back on, shook it up and kind of put it on the table thinking it might shoot up maybe, 1 meter. Next thing I know, it's shot right onto the ceiling, sprayed everywhere.
Oh my Lord.
Got it on camera. That one still made it into the YouTube video. But I have been asked to do those types of experiments outside going forwards.
Well, what do your family think? I'm sure they're delighted to see that sort of exploding all over the kitchen.
My wife's very patient.
Yeah.
And I love her for that. I did offer to repaint the piano because it had got a little bit yes.
See, this is the kind of stuff you're going to see. Silly Simon with Simon. Now, this is Friday and the following Friday at the Capri Theatre ahead of the movies Minions and also Lightyear. So on that, I was saying to you off air, my kids were, and a lot of parents and grandparents listening would know this, there's a couple of brothers out of the UK who are all about medicine, and it's Operation Ouch, and it's kind of a market for kids where, yes, you can go and have some fun and the kids will scream and have a good time, but they're also learning stuff along the way.
Yep, absolutely, and that's the goal with my videos. I want to make them fun so that kids and parents will enjoy them, but then, by the time they reach the end of the video, they've learnt something about science and they know something that they didn't know before.
And it's amazing how many science experiments now have become popular in the social media realm. So the Mentos and Coke we see all of the time.
Yep.
Someone just discovered that one day can you explain the science on that for us? So why does it fizz so much and why did your rocket explode and destroy your piano?
Yeah, so with the Diet Coke and Mentos, there's a lot of carbon dioxide dissolved in the Diet Coke, and when you add those Mentos to the bottle of Diet Coke, all of a sudden that carbon dioxide that's dissolved in the Mentos has a way of escaping. It kind of bubbles out, and all of these bubbles being created in such a short time just shoot the liquid up out of the top of the bottle of Diet Coke.
See, I'm showing my age. I remember the old days of the science experiments at school. They used to let us put mercury in our hand and sort of wobble it around, which I don't think is all that safe now. We used to light, I think, is it magnesium, and it would go really bright.
Yep.
That was always fun. There was always like a stink bomb. I just remember that one that they always used to impress us at school, and you could just smell the classes that had fired one off, and it would just sort of reek through the halls of Millicent High for years and years. All right, so what are you going to show us today? Now, again, people can see this on our Facebook and YouTube live stream if you want to tune in, but you'll also accompany that with some radio ones for us, I guess. So what are you going to show us first?
Yeah, so I might start with a few science sound effects.
Okay.
So that'll be good for radio. And then we'll look at explaining how LCD TVs work after that.
Done. Because you brought in props. I'm impressed.
Yes. So maybe just to start, I don't know if people can hear this, but I've just got a slinky in my hand, and I'm just going to drop that slinky onto the ground.
Yep.
And it's not very loud.
Sure.
But if we get something simple, just like a paper cup, and I'll just add one end of that slinky into the paper cup, kind of point it towards the microphone, and we'll just repeat that. I'll drop the slinky to the ground. So it sounds a bit like
Star Wars.
That's right, the blaster effect. It's not exactly how they did the effect on Star Wars. They actually got a long wire that was under a lot of tensile strength.
Yeah.
And they just whacked it with a spanner, I believe. But it does sound very similar.
That's really impressive, though. So you've just got a slinky and a paper cup.
That's right. And so sound is very much just vibrations. Anything that vibrates creates a sound. The slinky's vibrating, but it's not in contact with much air. As soon as we add the cup, all of a sudden we're amplifying that sound. More air is vibrating, and the sound becomes a lot louder.
Yeah, that's cool. I saw a documentary once. I think they were talking about using like a shaver that a man would use, and they put it in, I guess, like a pot. And that was some of the sounds that they used through the Star Wars, sci-fi, Star Trek type stuff. Cool. All right, so that's
the first one.
Very good.
All right, we've got another one. I'm just going to get a hex nut, so a six-sided nut that you can get from Bunnings.
Yes.
I've just popped it into a balloon, and I'll just blow this one up.
Okay. This is Silly Science with Simon, for those watching on the live stream.
All right. And I'll just tie a knot. So I'll try to do it away from the microphone. Yep. And let me know, as I spin this around, let me know what you think this sounds like. Hold on.
What does that sound like?
Probably like a bit of a ghost or...
Yeah, nice. I was thinking Paul Hogan, Crocodile Dundee style, when he's standing on the cliff and he's wheeling that thing around and around. So that's just a hex nut in a balloon.
That's right. So again, as the hex nut is spinning around, it's vibrating the balloon. The faster you spin it, the faster those vibrations are, so the higher the pitch. And also the faster you spin it, the more energy the hex nut has. So
Can you do that again
louder.
now that you mentioned Ghost? I want to have a listen. I'm going to watch Tammy's facial expressions too. She didn't pick it either, by the way. All right, here we go.
All right. So as I spin it faster, it goes higher pitch, and then we'll let it slow down.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That's good. This is good science. All right. Silly Science with Simon, available to see before the movie, Capri Theatre, this coming Friday and the Friday after. Righto, what else have you got?
All right, we've got one more. This one won't work for the radio, so I do apologise in advance.
That's
but
okay.
I brought a light in.
Live stream. Yep.
All right, here we go. And I've just turned that light on. I'm going to make sure we can see it.
Yep.
On
Okay,
the
so
live
you're looking
stream.
in camera one there.
Oh,
yep, this
all
is
right.
our... There we go. Thank you. Brooklyn just pulled the camera out. Thank you, Brooklyn.
All
Appreciate
right,
that.
we are good to go. So I've got some polarizers. This is the type of material that's used in polarized sunglasses.
Sure.
And what it does is if we line the two polarizers up in line with each other,
Yes.
light can pass through.
Yes.
But if we turn one of them... Oh, here we go. If we turn one of them 90 degrees,
Wow.
then it starts to block the light.
It does.
And I've just brought in
So
something to help.
they're both see-through by themselves, but when you turn it some way, all of a sudden it becomes like a dark blue.
That's right. Yeah. So I might just make it a little less bright.
Okay.
Let's have a look at that again. All right.
So there it's see-through, and then...
Yeah,
wow,
dark blue.
Look at that. And so how does that relate to television?
Yeah. So in an LCD TV screen, you've got a backlight, then you've got one polarizer,
Yes.
then you've got liquid crystals, and that's where the LC comes from. And I might liken those liquid crystals to a piece of sticky tape,
Okay.
which I'm just going to put on this piece of glass. Quite rough.
Yep.
And I'll just get that set up again. So I've now got that polarizer, the backlight,
Yes.
polarizer, a piece of sticky tape, which is acting like those liquid crystals. And then we'll just turn it 90
look
degrees.
at that.
So you can see that where the sticky tape is,
Yeah.
it's allowing light to pass through. And so those liquid crystals allow light to pass through them at certain times, and they stop light from passing through them at other times. And that's all controlled by the TV's electronics. You add a filter, like a red filter, green filter, blue filter to that. All of a sudden you get red light, green light, blue light, essentially on command whenever you want. I'll show you one more thing. I realized that...
You would be fun at parties. You'd be like, when things get a bit dull, you'd be like, hey, check this out.
So I thank you very much. Sorry, you got me too excited.
Yeah, no, that's fine.
I then realized if you add one layer of tape, it kind of looked yellow. Mm-hmm. You add two layers, it actually looked a different color. So what I managed to do, and I'll just set this up again, is make something that I've called invisible art.
Okay.
So we can't see what I've got here.
No.
Might have to just turn this light down. It's quite bright.
Okay.
And I'll just get my polarizer again.
Again, wow, look at that.
All of a sudden, this reveals the invisible art. So the yellow here of Pikachu.
Yes.
There we go.
Yep.
That has one layer of tape. And then I think the blue has 2 layers of tape. The green down the bottom has 3 layers of tape. And this red of Ash's cap, that has 4 layers of tape. So it's called invisible art. You can't see it,
yes,
but you can use these 2 polarizers in order to see it.
That is, and they're just sticky tape.
And that's just sticky tape, yeah. So what? Sorry, I'm happy to explain it, but this is a little bit of a lengthy explanation.
Well, we've got to get to ads in a minute, but
okay.
Can you condense it, or can you give us the Idiot 101 version for me?
No worries. All right, the polarizers are a little bit like these grates.
Right.
What they do, light is a wave.
Yep.
And that wave can oscillate in any direction. But these polarizers allow light that's only oscillating in the direction that lines up with the polarizer to move through them.
Sure.
So this one's only allowing light that's moving up and down to move through it.
Yep.
If we add the second one and it's in line with it, the light can move through both. And that's why we could see the light moving through both when they were lined up with each other. Sorry, I need another couple of hands.
Yeah, you're going well.
All right.
Yes.
But if we turn this one 90 degrees,
yes,
the light can move through the first one but it gets stuck at the second one.
Right.
That's why it blocks the light. What the sticky tape does is rotate that light in between so that all of a sudden it can start moving through that second polarizer again. And
that's well done. You know what? Again, we were nervous when you walked in. We thought it could be. We thought we might have to call the fire, department, but it was been fantastic. So, people, all right, let's recap. So, first of all, people can check out your YouTube.
Yep.
So, Silly Science with Simon.
That's it. Thanks.
They can also see you at the Capri. Now, the Capri is an independent, non-for-profit cinema which is run by an amazing group of volunteers. You will be performing before the 2 Friday movies, which are Minions, The Rise of Gru, and also the new Lightyear, the Buzz Lightyear. So you can see that for free as part of your movie ticket. Great to meet you. Thanks for coming in.
No worries. Thanks for having
me. Sharing that with us. People can watch that on our live stream. If they missed it the first time around, you can go back and rewatch it again. All the best. I hope to see you in, you'll be the next operation. You'll be the next Curiosity Show.
Who knows?
Get more business and sort of put your Monday to Friday, day-to-day job aside, and you can do more of this.
That's the dream.
Entertain the masses. Great to meet you, Simon. Thanks for coming in.
Thanks, Lee.
Silly Science with Simon.
What starts with A and ends with E? Supplements for you and me.
FIVEAA health supplements are now available at leading chemists and health food stores nationwide. Ask for FIVEAA at your favourite pharmacy.
FIVEAA. Life's a beach at Southside, the beach.
Hi, Crystal here from Southside Suzuki, and I'm with sales consultant Sean Labors.
Hi.
And we're excited because we're building a brand new dealership just for you.
But don't let our construction stop you visiting, because we've got a huge selection of Suzuki cars in stock and ready for immediate delivery. There's never been a better time to buy a Suzuki.
View the entire range online or come and see us today at Southside Suzuki.
Life's a beach, Southside Suzuki.
LVD 2009.
Check out what I got at Sip and Save.
Whoa, that is one ugly jumper.
It's not just any ugly jumper, it's a Cooper's ugly jumper, exclusive to Sip and Save.
Cool, you got the Christmas in July look sorted. How do I get one?
Well, you just buy any 3 cases of participating Cooper's 24-pack beer.
Ooh, it is snuggly. I don't know if green's my colour though.
How about purple? There are 4 different designs to collect.
Now you're talking.
You better hurry though, they're only available while stocks last. See website for T's and C's. 1-hour delivery available in selected areas. Just download our app. Catalogue specials out now at sipandsave.com.au.
To get an A+ at school, buy your teacher an apple. For an A+++++, buy your teacher lots of fresh Aussie Pink Lady apples, now just $1.99 a kilo.
Are you supposed to be in this class?
Aldi. Good. Different.
Well, if you're thinking of building or you're renovating your kitchen, you've got a lot of choices to make, but the first choice should be Smeg. We have an amazing Smeg showroom right here in Adelaide that you can check out. It's Debney Distributors in Dudley Park. Now, inside you'll find the full Smeg range that's on display, and we're talking everything from ovens to cooktops, dishwashers and refrigerators, wine cellars, almost got that out, refrigerators, wine cellars, kettles, toasters, and so much more. And Smeg seamlessly pairs powerful performance with architectural design. There are even cooking demonstrations too, so you can really taste the difference for yourself when it comes to Smeg. Now, Smeg have also been proudly made in Italy since 1948, and their colours, their designs and the technology world famous. Smeg, it is technology with style. You can visit the Smeg showroom today at Debney Distributors, which is at Harrison Road in Dudley Park.
Uncle Mark, geez, he was a character.
He was larger than life. Remember that bright yellow Holden of his?
The HQ GTS, great car, when it was running.
Yeah.
And those fishing stories he'd tell up the river.
And did you notice that the one that got away got bigger every year?
On the bright side, I'll finally get my trailer back. The bugger's had it for 6 months.
To Uncle Mark, one of a kind.
A unique life deserves a distinctive funeral. distinctivefunerals.com.au.
Got $1 a week? At The Advertiser, we're for giving you great value. Get digital access to our news, including sports and entertainment, for just $1 a week for the first 12 weeks. Min costs $4. Conditions apply. Search The Advertiser offer today.
$13.95, Adelaide's FIVEAA. This is Leith Forest.
25 minutes to 3. We're going to get some beer tasting coming up after 3:30, looking after my colleagues here. But I want to talk about the South Australian Best Pub Burger. The challenge was in Rundle Mall today. Now, we had 12 hotel finalists. They were under the Gawler Park canopy, the Gawler Place canopy there, for South Australia's Best Pub Burger for 2022. It's part of the Tasting Australia Winter Series event, and the winner was the Aldinga Hotel. The chef, Brett Tilley, joins me. Brett, congratulations.
Thank you.
How do you feel? You have the best burger in South Australia.
Oh, it's an amazing feeling. We're really happy here down at the Aldinga.
Why are you the best burger? What sets you apart from the opposition?
Well, I believe we just keep it simple, make sure everything we do is good. You know, don't overcomplicate what you're doing. Everyone wants a good patty. Everyone wants a good bit of, good sauce.
Yep.
Nice lettuce, tomato. Everything has to be on point. So if you do everything right and don't overthink it, it just becomes what it's meant to be.
Walk us through the layers of your burger. So the judges today said that you are the best burger in South Australia. Why? What are we from? Give us the guts from bun to bun.
Well, we have a brioche bun, sesame seed, which is quite nice. We do in-house barbecue sauce. We make we have an aioli for the top as well. Our burger, we use a 50% brisket and 50% primals. So what I mean by primals, I use your things like Scotch and porterhouse. These things just put in there just to give it a little bit more flavour. I season it gently, a little bit of garlic, and I put no fillers in my bun, or in my burger. Sorry, so it's all meat. There's no breadcrumbs. There's nothing there to fill it out. I believe mincing your own meat in house makes a difference. So I don't buy it in as a product made, as in like a minced meat. I mince it there in premise. I make sure the chefs do it all the same, so we get the same thing each time. Source the right tomatoes, the right lettuce, all local stuff. Just making sure we're providing something to the service that I would want to eat.
Brett, how good is that? And how lucky are we here in SA to have produce of that quality available to you?
That's right, and we just make sure the best bacon's in there too. A burger should be nice. It should taste good, and I think a local pub should have a good burger.
Yeah. So school holidays are upon us. I mean, everyone loves a burger, especially the kids. They can go and enjoy some as well. So you got Andrew and Sally Ricketts owning the pub there since '91, built in 1851. So a lot of heritage too with the Aldinga.
That's right. They've got the original cellar there too. So, it's not just about burgers down here. We do, some really great wines that you can choose. They've really made a mark down here with what they've done with the pub. I've been there for almost a year now, and it's been a pleasure to work with them. They're a really nice owners. It's nice to work with a company that's has a care for their employees.
Yeah,
they're very and that comes through with what we do. We greet the customers with care. And we make sure the food we're putting out is good food. It's not, like I said, we're not just doing burgers. We do pizzas as well. We've got, brisket pie that's just come on the menu that's just flying out the door. That's smoked in-house as well. So, and I've been doing this for a long time. I've been a pub chef for over 20 years. So.
Well, hopefully now you get the keys to Aldinga. I mean, you're the best burger in South Australia. Gone are the days it was just, your bread roll, your patty, a little bit of cheese, tomato sauce. I mean, everything that you put into it, even just the meat alone, talking through that. That's fantastic. So we can come and see you as of now, Brett, and ask for the award-winning burger there at the Aldinga?
100%. My staff are there ready to make sure it happens.
How many, is it your number one seller, do you think, on the menu, or do you do a mean schnitzel or your pizzas?
Well, we are very well known for our schnitzels as well. We crumb them in-house, so it makes the schnitzel fresh every day.
Right.
So we get a lot of people talking about our schnitzels as well. Our salt and pepper squid is something always talks about.
Yep.
Everything about when it comes to your pub favourites, we make sure is right. And then we add the other things there, stuff that I believe works well. The beautiful pork belly dish on there has just come on the menu. There's things that everyone will enjoy.
Well, you had me a burger.
Make sure you pork.
Yes. Oh, yeah, good point.
Pork for your burger, because you'll need to.
I can imagine. Now, hey, congratulations, Brett. It's a great credit to you. It's a great credit to the Aldinga Hotel, voted the AHA South Australia, which is the peak industry body, of course, for hotels and for licensed retail venues there. The best burger in South Australia at the Aldinga. Experience it, but as you say, book. Otherwise, you're no chance of getting in. Thanks, Brett. Congratulations.
Thank you. Cheers, buddy.
Brett Tilley, award-winning chef. There you go. You might already be a regular at the Aldinga Hotel. It may now be on your menu. Go and see what all the fuss is about for yourself with the award-winning burger, the best in South Australia at the Aldinga.
For a unique take on everything happening in SA, join Matthew Abraham each Thursday with David and Will.
Some conspiracy theories that have come out of the federal election.
How come the coalition conceded at 9 o'clock?
Matthew Abraham, Thursday mornings from 7:30.
The latest one is, how come Labor formed government when it got less votes? Only 15 of the 151 electorates were won by candidates recording a majority on first preference votes.
That's staggering.
Only on Adelaide's 5AA. This is Adelaide's 5AA.
Good afternoon, I'm Michaela Kamareg. Former Japanese Prime Minister Shinzo Abe is in a critical condition in hospital after being shot while campaigning in the country's west. Foreign Minister Penny Wong says she'll have an open discussion when she meets her Chinese counterpart tonight. 2 primary school aged girls have been arrested and charged with assaulting a woman on North Terrace last night. And Port Adelaide have made a late change ahead of tomorrow night's game against GWS at Adelaide Oval. Defender Tom Cleary replaces Trent McKenzie, who has a virus. Showers increasing this afternoon. Currently it's 14 degrees. More news at 4 o'clock and as it happens on 5AA.
Montine, everybody's talking about Montine.
Miles Fitzner here, and everybody's talking about Montine Kia at Cheltenham and Mount Barker for their amazing July deals. Top deals in town on Kia Sorrento, Kia Sportage, Kia Cerato and Kia Carnival. All with the class-leading 7-year warranty and Montine's special gift on all Kias. Want to know the special gift? Call Matt at Cheltenham and John at Mount Barker today. Now that's why everybody's talking about Montine Kia.
Montine.
MVD 182170.
Centennial Park empowers you with information to help choose how you'll be remembered. Decisions are difficult in times of loss. Pre-planning provides clarity and peace of mind for you and your loved ones. Meaningful funeral services reflect a life lived in beautiful spaces, with modern function rooms and quality catering also on offer. Burials, cremations and memorials are tailored to celebrate your life. We help you understand your choices. Choose how you'll be remembered with Centennial Park.
Fancy a wine? You'll find a huge hand-picked selection at your local independent SA family liquor store, FIVEAA. Or if you fancy a beer, you'll find the very best local, imported and craft beer at FIVEAA too. But if you fancy spirits, you'll find whiskies, gins and liquors for all tastes at FIVEAA. And you'll find friendly service and advice too. Whatever you fancy, you'll find it at FIVEAA, your local independent SA family liquor stores for over 45 years.
Well, every parent wishes their kids would clean their room to do their homework without being asked, but Sports Card World know a little cardboard goes a long way. And if you trade cards for chores or you're a savvy collector, you'll want to get to Sports Card World's Trade Day, which is on this Sunday from 12 until 2. Now, the Trade Day will be packed with AFL cards, Pokemon cards, NBA cards and more. Plus, you can meet AFL stars Connor Rosie from Port Adelaide and our own Mark Bickley, who we're about to speak to in a second. Hopefully Bix will be in some sort of mood come Sunday. You'll get to know the other collectors, Adelaide's biggest trade card store. It is doubled in size. Go and have a look for yourself. It's amazing. Check out the newly renovated store. Bring your collection. You'll meet Bix. You'll meet Connor Rosie. Come along. It's Sports Card World's Trade Day, Sunday from 12 until 2, Regent Arcade in Rundle Mall.
When you build a house, it's what's inside that matters. And that's why starting with steel is a smart choice to protect your most valuable investment. My mates at Weeks have always been the experts in steel frames. They've built thousands of homes for South Aussies, precision-engineered Superlock steel frames, providing you with more certainty and your home with more strength and durability. So make the smart choice when building a new home. Start with a steel frame and you'll enjoy more peace of mind for years to come. Discover different with Weeks Homes.
Connect with Beaumont Tiles and grow your business. Go to iCanWin.com.au. You could win a $25,000 advertising boost to take your business to the next level, supported by Beaumont Tiles. Builders, renovators, tilers, enter now. iCanWin.com.au.
Leith Forest on 1395. Adelaide's 5AA.
25 minutes to 4. So once again, if you want to see what's happening behind the scenes, you can do so on our live stream. It's 5AA Facebook and also 5AA YouTube. And I thought, well, rather than see this head for an hour, which is far too much for anyone, I would get people in and entertain you like we did with Simon and the Science. But there's a great local story, and we've got some ring-ins to help us out here because I, being a non-drinker, I can't do a lot of this. Let me just tell you a quick story, though, about Alex Marshall and Jake Phoenix. So about a year ago, the boys decided to make the move. They quit their engineering jobs and they started their own brewery. Of course they did. Alex and Jake, welcome to you both. Thanks for coming in.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, cheers.
And happy birthday.
Thank you.
So Bowden Brewing is 1 year old.
1 year old tomorrow, yep, that's right.
How's the year been?
It's been a whirlwind of a year. It's been really great. I guess having a lot more creativity in our day-to-day has been really good. We've been inching up, creating weird and wonderful creations, but it's been a lot of fun. So.
Yeah, we're coming up to, I think this is about the 85th unique beer we've made in that year, so yeah, it's good times.
Well, I want to talk to you about that, because when I was a kid growing up, we had Southwark beer and we had West End. The Victorians drank like Foster's and VB.
Mm-hmm.
4X up north, and that was about it.
Yep.
You guys alone have 85 beers.
Yeah. Some are better than others. This one here that we're about to try is a particularly good one.
Well, it is. So it's your birthday beer. Now, let's, again, as a non-drinker, I needed some help, and it wasn't hard to get hands up in the office. Let me tell you. Tim Ginever is here, Mark Bickley is here, Sam Tugwell is here. Boys, welcome to you. Thank you for all coming in.
It's one of the great sounds in Australia.
Isn't it?
Now, we should just say, so the boys are going to taste this for us, because, again, no point getting a non-drinker to do this, but tell us what's in your birthday beer. People can see on the live stream. Now, Tim is pouring these. What is this beer all about, and what flavours does it contain?
So we started thinking, I guess, a couple of months ago, planning for our 1 year birthday, thinking I guess it'll be in the middle of winter, so we wanted to create something that was both a winter warmer, something that meant something to us. So we actually enlisted all of our front of house staff, so all of our bar staff and brewery staff, and said, if you're thinking or planning a party, what sort of flavours do you picture, or what reminds you of a party that you've been to? So taking on all of their comments, we put a number of different ingredients in this one. So there was some mud cakes in the boil, there was some honey crackles as well, there was some coconut, some vanilla beans.
The ingredients, it says fairy bread.
Yeah, there's also some fairy bread.
Well played.
A bit of coffee. Yeah, ice cream cake.
Yeah.
Pretty much all the things that make you happy and think of birthdays.
Just put it in a blender.
Not almost a big blender.
So we added it all at various stages depending on what the ingredient was throughout the brewing process. But the finished product, I guess, is it is a big winter warmer, so it's a 10% imperial stout. There's 3.5 standards in that can. So, but it's a very, I guess, rich, velvety, I guess, quite a nice mouth coating stout. So
we talk about beers now, like we talked about wine. Like when people were getting educated on wine, I mean, the first thing they did was put it in a cask in the 70s to get people to start drinking wine, and then now people have been far more educated, and beer seems to be going the same way.
Beer's definitely going the same way. Yeah.
Well, let me do my taste test.
All right. Timmy. So while Timmy's having this taste, so just for the uninitiated, so you're brewing a beer and then you chuck in honey joys and mud cake and fairy bread into the mix, stir it up and come out with the liquid.
Yeah, so we had we sort of sat down, 5 minutes before we made it, and sort of worked out where we think each of those sort of aspects need to be added, and then just sort of chucked her in.
Is it trial and error? Yeah. Is it trial and error? You go, that's too
educated
much
guess.
Okay. We have come a long way from the home brewers. And it's funny. My best mate, he shares the birthday with you. His birthday's tomorrow. Now, he experimented in the 80s with the old kit, and he made the mistake.
Bottles in the
exactly what happened. Exactly what happened. He put it in stubbies, too much sugar, bang! It exploded everywhere, and he was never allowed to do it again. But we've come a long way, haven't we? I mean, you were talking about that being velvety.
Yeah,
I could taste the velvet. It was incredible. It's all over my mouth.
How is it, Tim? Can you taste those flavours of the fairy bread?
The problem is, I think I'll end up like I do at most parties.
You've got a spoiler show in about 20 minutes. Mark Bickley, you've had your first sip. Have you had a sip?
Yes. Yeah, I'm trying to think of what flavour. I can certainly taste the chocolate. There's a chocolatey flavour that is quite good. I want to know, boys, like when you decided to chuck in your engineering degrees, did you know anything about brewing or beer?
We'd spent many years making beers in his shed. But the engineering sort of job, that sort of got us real interested in all the science and biology and all that stuff behind it. We're both sort of mechanical engineers, and so we sort of spent a long time sort of working out how to optimize our crappy homebrew setup, and then just thought stuff it. let's join the big league, I guess. And it's got all right.
And how did you arrive at Bowden, which is a really cool place to set up?
It's been in the plan for a long time. So I guess right at the start of sort of the construction, we met with the owners of the building. Straight away, you could see the area evolving. You could meet the locals. We sort of knew that's where we wanted to be.
Contemporary feel, isn't it?
Yeah, so I guess throughout their base build, I suppose, of the building, we got to meet a lot of the locals. We did a lot of strata presentations. We just felt it really represented who we were, what we're trying to do, local community sort of brews. They're all very small batches, so this beer itself, we've only got 90 cases to sell and a couple of kegs on at the brewery, so it's not going far and wide. But yeah, like Jake said, we do produce a lot of limited stuff as well. So one thing we were missing, I guess, with our engineering degree was perhaps the creative side. So we had all the scientific side, which we can, again, repurpose with all the equipment and the beer. But the flexibility, I guess, to be able to use that creative side and chuck ingredients in.
So again, it's 3.5 standard drinks. It's 10%. So the boys are just taking it nice and easy because they're about to do a show in 20 minutes. Sam, however, on the end here, he's the one who's got to press the button. So he's like the pilot. You may as well have the least sip, Sam, to be honest.
I'm worried that I'm going to be seeing about 4 or 5 different things lit up in front of me in a moment. But this is, I'm glad you said chocolate because that's exactly what it tastes like. It doesn't actually taste like a beer. Traditionally, it's a very different taste. So I think it's a fantastic drop. You've done a very good job.
Well done.
Nice, thank you.
Yeah.
So when do we have this beer? Is it a special occasion beer? I mean, I'm guessing.
Do you need an excuse?
Any excuse. So I guess you guys are actually the first people to try it. It's only being launched tomorrow from 12 at the brewery. We've got a party in Plant 3, so from 12 to late we'll have live music, party games, custom-made piñata. We're actually releasing 5 other beers on the day as well as this one. So yeah, it's going to be a good fun day in Plant 3 tomorrow.
And everyone's invited?
Everyone's invited,
Okay.
Yep, rock up. Enjoy the beers
So
and you'll see us there.
These boys are the very first to try it.
Yeah, outside of the brew team. Outside of the brew team.
I've got a stinger for that.
A Leith exclusive.
It is a Leith exclusive.
There you go, you got it.
Boys, thank you for that. That is, where does it end? And I mean that in all honesty. Where does it end? Have you got a brains trust? And like I was attracted at the story first because I saw Mudcake, Fairy Bread, Honey Joys and ice creams, not realising it was beer. So if you've got any of that sort of lying around, I'll take. But the boys all like it, so it ticks the box.
Yeah, we've done something.
Where do you? That's right. Where do you stop? Where do you think? God, I can just push the limits here and try this.
You can keep going and you can keep pushing. I guess something else we do strive to do is make something for everyone. So a 10% Imperial Stout might not be up everyone's alley. We do have a lot of sessionable beers as well.
Yep.
Like we were saying earlier, we've sort of got like a general core range that's easy to drink. Beer that tastes like beer. But yeah, as Australians' tastes evolve, I think we need to just keep pushing the envelope. So,
Lee, I'm going to go with some partnerships. I reckon maybe a Fruit Chocks beer or a Hades chocolate beer or a Golden North ice cream beer. There's some really big South Aussie companies that you could get involved with, I reckon.
Well, without raining on the boys' parade, there is another brewer that does that with the Fruit Chocks.
Oh,
but
really?
And again, as a non-drinker, I know this. There's a Golden Gay Time beer.
Yep.
There's all these flavours where you think that's my favourite thing away from beer. Let's incorporate it into a drink.
Yeah.
It's very clever, isn't it? And it's great to be around fellow engineers.
That's right.
I'm a party engineer.
All right, let's recap. So what's the name of the actual, is it just the birthday beer?
So it's Cake My Day. It's
Cake
sort of
My
a Parma
Day.
cake. Yeah.
Very nicely done.
Yeah.
It is Plant 3 Bowden, which is at 614 4th Street. Everyone knows where it is, at Bowden. So tomorrow you're doing it from midday onwards?
From midday onwards, yep. We'll have live music, party games, custom built piñata, 6 beer releases. What else is there?
Plenty.
I'm looking forward to the musical chairs at about 9 o'clock.
After the Imperials. Wow.
And if people want to get their hands on it, because as you say, limited amount, you want to get them quick.
It's available at the brewery. Also, a lot of independent sort of bottle shops, it'll be there. So, yeah, you can buy it. Yeah, all around Adelaide.
Well, I did speak to Sam Cafone before you came in today. So he said that at Powell's, Parafield Airport Liquor, they sell a lot of your draft, a lot of your session ales, and a lot of your... It's 3 letters. IPA, thank you. And he said a lot of those. He doesn't have this in stock. So would that be able to go out to the suburbs?
Yeah, it can, definitely, if they want to reach out to us. I guess those 3 are our core range. So a lot of, the new bottle shop will probably take on the core range. But we've got a number of limited beers that can go far and wide until sold out. We've only got 90 cases, so... Yeah.
I'm feeling very warm.
What about what about collectors? Like people.
Yeah.
When you have limited amounts of things, sometimes if they turn into really hot items, and people collect beers, do they?
Yeah, especially something of this style actually lends itself to aging quite well. Larger alcohol, stouts, barley wines will age quite well. So you get can collectors. We've also had label collectors that'll come around before we're open and ask if they can have the end of the roll of the labels to take them away.
And coaster collectors as well.
Coaster collectors,
people love coasters.
Well, remember there was the infamous case of the Duff beer that they sold for a while that they didn't get any licensing on, and everyone held on to them because it's like, wow,
that was the old SA Brewing, I reckon.
Yeah. Didn't go down so well, that one.
Still got 4 cans.
Have you? Sitting on a gold mine. Alex, Jake, congratulations. Happy birthday to you guys. Bowden Brewing. So tomorrow from midday at Plant 3.
Right next door to Plant 4.
Yeah,
believe it or not.
Which is handy. Can't miss it. At what stage of the sports show should we be listening for this to kick in, you reckon, the boys?
I reckon it sounds like it's already starting.
They're a little...
It's hard to tell the difference, that's the issue.
Mark Bickley, thank you. Sam Tugwell, thank you. Tim Ginever, thank you. And congratulations again. Alex Marshall, Jake
Happy
Phoenix.
birthday!
Well done. Timmy's just taking more cheers. We're going to take a short break. Try and straighten up if there's any chance of that. 13 to 4.
Each week on the FIVEAA Breakfast Show, David and Will talk to star players from the Adelaide Crows. Thanks to Leader Computers, Australia's largest Australian-owned PC manufacturer, based right here in Adelaide.
Hey, it's Jodie Oddie. Join me on July 23rd for Samri's Bright Walk, a powerful one-night challenge, raising $500,000 for life-saving research. Bright Walk will last a few long hours, but its impact will last generations. In the wintry night, Bright Walk will test your grit, but you'll be inspired by bright lights along the secret path to the Cheese Grater building. Dare yourself to help Samri reach health breakthroughs. It's not too late to join me and register or donate today at samribright.org.au.
Most new homes are not designed for specialist disability living, which is fine for some homeowners. But if you're living with a disability and want to build a home that complies with the NDIS SDA guidelines, you need Rossdale Home Life. Rossdale Home Life is leading the way in the provision of accessible housing for all South Australians, and our dedicated Home Life team can provide professional advice on the design and construction of your new home or SDA investment property. Rossdale Homes, because trust is a must.
Feeling the burn? Save cash with Cheapest Chips Hot Buys.
Cheapest Chips.
Buy Domestos 750ml any 2 for $6. Nature Snacks 850-gram raw almonds only $10.99. Dove 4-pack of 100-gram soap only $3.99. Cobb's popcorn 80 to 120-gram packs any 2 for $5. Check out this week's catalogue for more hot buys in-store and online. Save cash and live cheaper with Cheapest Chips Hot Buys now.
Stage 3 of Avista Glenelg is now selling. We're talking a modern lifestyle community. This is for the over 55s, and it's right in the heart of Adelaide's premier beachside suburb. We're talking 14 brand new modern apartments available right now in the final stage of Avista Glenelg. Always wanted to live in the Bay. All apartments have generous private balconies and outstanding views. You could look at the Adelaide Hills, then flip across and look at the Glenelg Beach. It includes first-class inclusive community centre, which is located on the 6th floor. Best of all, you'll enjoy premium amenities. It's effortless living in a lively and connected community. You're really close to boutique retail shopping. There's easy transport, convenient everyday amenities, and premium dining and entertainment venues. Now, the newest offering from Caritas Retirement Villages won't last long. So with the limited apartments on offer, now's the time to downsize into our premier retirement village. Just get on the website, avistaglenelg.com.au. You can book a tour, or why not call the Caritas Retirement Team on 1300 796 311.
Here at FIVEAA, we're all about supporting local. Bowel screening saves lives. If you're aged 50 to 74, do the free test kit mailed to you. It only takes a few minutes. Need more info? Visit bowelcancer.org.au.
Every day, 6 white t-shirts are ruined by deliciously messy fresh pork ribs from Aldi. Your shirt could be next. Aussie pork ribs now only $15.99 a kilo. Aldi. Good. Different.
If you're an RAA member, visit Lordman & Pank and get $100 off prescription glasses and prescription sunglasses when purchased as a complete pair. Offer ends July 17. Minimum spend $350. Exclusions and T's and C's apply. Lordman & Pank. We care for eyes.
Leith Forest. Talking Adelaide on 1395 5AA.
10 minutes of 4. A lot of people watching on the live stream, Facebook and on YouTube, to see what the beer's all about, to see what the science is all about. Don't go anywhere because you want to see our next guest. You think I've been drinking. I just cannot speak today. Tommy Wren is here. 5AA Zone, Channel 9 Zone. Hello, SA Zone. Welcome, Tom.
Good to see you, Leith. I was up in the morning doing the Brekkie show with Michael Smith. Isn't he a pro?
Oh, he's a star.
He's got a beautiful voice as well.
Lovely voice, Michael.
Gorgeous. Velvet. So do you, Leith.
No, you are the hardest. I was thinking about you. You're the hardest working man in showbiz. When do you rest? Because you're here at breakfast, you're Channel 9ing all day, and then in your free time, you're Hello SAing.
Well, you know what? I'm one of those guys. I did a shoot last week with a producer from Hello SA, and I can be out like a light. We did one at Murray Bridge, and we were all set to have a chat. Within 5 minutes, bang, I was out. Woke up an hour later when we got there.
Wow.
I was great company for him. Terrible. But it's little power naps through the day. If I can get
That's
that,
amazing.
Yeah, then I'm good.
Because you got kids, right?
Yeah.
Do you know their names?
Well, no, I was hoping you could reintroduce me a little bit later on.
Oh, it's amazing. It's a real credit to you that you're able to juggle them all. We get to see you on Hello SA. We love catching up on a Friday to find out what's on the big show because it's just one that you can just pencil in Sunday, 5:30, Channel 9 now, bang.
It's so much fun. The girls are great too. Hayley and Lauren, absolutely love them. They're so fun and energetic and, they're just a joy to work with. And you're right, Leith, we've got a lot going on this week, so I'll just give you a bit of a snapshot and then maybe we'll have a look around at what is happening elsewhere. So it's winter, but Adelaide, it's come alive, as you know, Leith, and there is a lot to do to keep us warm. I've got my big puffer jacket on. In fact, it's Corey Norris's. I borrowed his from across the road. It's the Catman. It is probably 6 sizes too big to me. I'm almost swimming in it.
Oh, that's good.
Now, the switch has been flicked on Illuminate Adelaide.
Yeah.
This is sensational. And we're going to show you, in fact, I'm going to the zoo on the weekend for the Illuminate, and we're going to show you the highlights of this amazing festival. We're going on a guided tour as well of the Coonawarra, and we'll discover more about this beautiful wine region. Plus, we go to Samri. They do magnificent work there. Give you some more information on how you can help raise money for what is a fantastic cause with medical research. Had Pete McDonald on from Samri during the week about the Bright Walk. And Hayley is heading north to Port Augusta to visit an art gallery with a $20,000 art prize. 5:30 every week on Sundays. It's an absolute beaut.
Do you know what I would like you to do? I'd like you to incorporate 5AA and Hello SA. So let's say Hayley's in Port Augusta.
Yes.
She's going to the art gallery.
Yep.
Have Johnny from Port Augusta give her the tour. Like, could you imagine if you could encapsulate
That's a great idea.
Yeah. But there's so many good things on. I was talking to Hataf
Pete from Para Hills, he could show us around there.
Exactly right. Someone in the city, you could just do the Samri. Illuminate, you could take, Bev from Hampstead Gardens.
Yes,
just combine
Bev's a regular.
them both.
Yep.
Malcolm from Highbury.
Sue from Christie's Beach when we go south.
Exactly right, whoever it might be. I've got to talk about Illuminate, though. I took the kids. I haven't been to an event this year yet because it's only just started, but I went last year. We went to Light Cycles. It is so great. Because, you're thinking it's a July night. There's not a lot on. But you get out and you enjoy it. I know the eastern part of the city is closed off, but through the Botanic Gardens, gee, it's good work they do.
It's great, isn't it? Yeah, and there's just a lot you can do, as you said, Leith, and, it's fantastic for the kids. But my parents are going in a couple of weeks. They love it. So it covers the whole range of ages. So make sure you get on down. It is, so good to see. And we've just got such great choice in and around the city, which is very, very lucky.
And the Bright Walk for Samri, it's effectively the city to bay at night.
Yeah.
But you're all lit up. With
and
the
it gets
neons.
brighter as you go, I think. It is that Illuminate experience. So fantastic way to raise money, get a bit of fitness as well, and, see some pretty spectacular parts of our state too, and particularly the city.
I know this week's show you also have the chance to win a unique experience with Class A Jewellers. So you've seen a lot of the state so far.
Yep.
You'll be able to see all of these that we've discussed at 5:30 this Sunday. What have you loved so far in the new role with Hello? What's been your favourite, which is unfair, but...
Yeah, no, they're all good. Going to Kangaroo Island, and I've got to admit, I'd never been.
Yeah, I haven't been.
Embarrassing.
I
know, but...
Tony Coppings.
And you've been overseas. I know you travel a lot, Leith. It's almost like, I'll get to it,
That's exactly what I thought.
But you just never do. So you have to do that for sure. Take the kids.
Yep.
You will love it. KI, going to Clare was a real treat as well. And the Flinders Ranges, which was last week's episode, I went there as a kid to Wilpena Pound, I reckon, for camp in year 10 maybe. Haven't been since. that was just beautiful.
Embarrassingly, I was the same. I'd never been to the Flinders until 3 years ago when I got invited on the Bash.
Did you like it?
I loved it.
Yeah.
And again, there's not a lot to see, but there's something about that is appealing.
It's magical. So those places where you get to go, but I'm lucky too, Leith. I've been to a lot of restaurants around the city and funky bars and stuff like that, and places. When I walk around the city, you probably see me. And around AA, I'm in my own world. I'm an absolute moon unit.
Well, you're asleep, mate.
Yeah, I'm asleep basically. I'm in my bubble. So I'll walk past something 10 years and won't even know it's there. Won't know what it is. But then someone goes, "Oh, we're going to go this one." I'm like, "Oh, that's what that is." It's a fish restaurant, okay, fish bank. Downstairs from 2KW, stuff like that. It's just opened my eyes. So I am the lucky one that gets to go to these pretty cool places, I just love it.
Last question: how do you decide who goes where? Rock paper scissors style. So Lauren gets the winery this week. How did you miss out on that?
Or
she just
bit unlucky.
Rank?
You know what? We need to have a team meeting about this, I reckon, and I need to start throwing my little weight around and just saying, you know what, it's my turn. No, I get a pretty good run.
2 versus 1, mate. They're going to gang up on you, I reckon, those two. Hayley, Lauren and Tom, we're talking Hello SA, 5:30, Channel 9 and 9 Now this Sunday. As we mentioned, everything from the art galleries in Port Augusta to the beautiful Coonawarra. Illuminate, which is on right now in the city, and the Bright Walk helping out the Samry. Good to see you, Tom. Get some sleep.
You too, Leith. Great to see you, and you're doing a brilliant job as always.
No, stop it. Cut it out. 3 minutes to 4. Thank you, Tammy. We will see you on Monday. Stay tuned. It could be a very lively sports show. The boys have been drinking beer this afternoon. Listen out for that.
Hi, I'm Victoria from The Family Cook. I'm passionate about cooking wholesome, fresh and delicious meals. We're the only meal delivery service based in South Australia using hand-selected premium ingredients, such as free-range chicken